Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the LG dryer tub assembly. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new tub assembly. The tub assembly is what holds the clothes inside the dryer. The main reason to be changing it out is if it's cracked or damaged. On the back of the dryer, we're going to use our Phillips screwdriver and remove the 3 lower screws so we can take the top off. Now we can pull the panel back. You want to pull it back just far enough so it releases from the stoppers, maybe an inch, inch and a half, and then we can lift it up and off the dryer. Now that we have the top off, we can remove the wires off the control board. You want to make a note of where everything is or take a picture of it so that way when you put it back on, you don't mix up any wires. Now that we have the wires disconnected, we can use our Phillips screwdriver and remove the screws that hold the console in. Now that we have the screws out, we can take the console off. There's some clips that run along the top. All we have to do is lift up on them and pop the console off. Once you have them all off, you can lift the control panel out of the way. Next, we can open up the door, and we have to remove these 2 lower screws with our Phillips screwdriver. Now that we have these 2 out, we can close the door and remove the 4 across the top. Now that we have those screws out, we can let the front panel come forward a little bit so we can unplug the door switch wiring harness. And then we can lift the front panel off the dryer. Now we can disconnect the light bulb for the drum. All you have to do is pull the wire harness off. Now we can remove the wiring harness for the door switch. First we have to just pull it up from in between the 2 panels. And then we have to remove the wiring harnesses from these 2 clips. On the lower front head side, down by the gas valve, we have to disconnect this wire plug so we can remove the front bulkhead. All you have to do is press on the locking tab to release it. Next, we're going to remove this panel across the front. It's held in by 4 Phillips screws, which you're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to take out. Now that we have the screws out, we can lift up on the panel and pull it off its locking tabs. Now we can take out the bulkhead. We're going to remove these 4 Phillips screws from around the corners, and then we can lift it off. Now that we have the screws out, we can lift it off. There's 4 locking tabs, so you got to lift up a little bit and then pull outwards. First, we're going to reach in with our left hand on this side, and then we're going to put our right hand in. We can grab the idler pulley with our left hand and pull it out towards the outside of the dryer, and then take the belt off the motor pulley. Now that we have the belt off the pulleys, we can use it to lift off the old tub assembly and set it on the floor. Here's the old tub assembly next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. We do have to take the belt off the old one and put it on the new one. All you have to do is lift it off and then very carefully slide it on the new one. You want to be careful with the new one so you don't get it out around or anything like that. And you want to line it up to the back side of the middle line with the ribs towards the drum. Now that you have the drum up in the air, we can guide it back onto the rear support wheels. You want to make sure that they rest on the rear of the drum. Now that we have the new tub assembly in, we can reconnect the belt. We're going to reroute it through the pulleys the same way we took it off. We're going to use our left hand to grab the idler pulley and the right hand to route it around the pulleys. Now we can put the front bulkhead on. We want to start from the bottom and lift the tub up a little bit to get the rollers underneath the lip of the tub. Once we have it in, then we can put these tabs into the side panels. Now we can use our Phillips screwdriver and go around and put the 4 screws in to hold it in place. Now we can put the panel across the front. Remember, this panel has the locking tabs where you have to push them into the slots and then push the panel down. Once you have it down, we can put the 4 Phillips screws back in. Now that we have the panel on up top, we can reconnect the wires. On the bottom, we're going to reconnect this plug. Just want to make sure that the connection goes together and snaps in. On the back side, we're going to get the wire harness back over the tub. We have this one that goes here, and then we have the door switch harness that comes into this one. All you have to do is press down and it'll snap through. And then we can push the door switch plug down into the front. Once you have the plug pulled through, you can just leave it hang here so we can put it onto the door switch. On the other side, we have to plug in the light bulb wiring harness. We're going to put it back on the same way we took it off. All you have to do is plug it back in. To put the front panel on, all you have to do is lift it up and rest it on the tabs. Then we can rotate it up just far enough so that we can connect the door switch wiring harness. Then push it all the way closed so we can put the 4 screws in. Now that we have the front panel mounted, we can open up the door and replace the 2 screws down by the lint filter. Once you have them in, you can close the door. Now we can put the control panel on. All you have to do is set it down and snap it into place so those locking tabs hold it in place. And then we can put the screws in from the back. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver and put these back in. Now that you have the control panel mounted, we can reconnect all the wires that go to the control board. Remember, they all have plugs on them and they're pretty much color coded. So all you have to do is snap them into place, making sure they lock. Now that you have them all connected, we can put the top back on the dryer. When you set the top down, you want to make sure you set the front part of it about 1.5 inches back and then push it forward so this little cutout locks onto the stopper. Once you have it set down and in place, you can push it forward and it should snap into the lock position. Now that we have the top in place, we can put in the 3 Phillips screws that hold it down. Now that you're done repairing the appliance, you can plug it back in and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.